and welcome to finding the surface area of a cone. So if we unfolded a cone, flatten it out, its net would look like a curvy triangle and a circle here for the base. So let's go ahead and find the surface area of a cone. Example number 1. So the first thing that we have to do is identify the things that we will need in our formula. So our formula is pi r squared plus pi r L, where r is the radius and L is the slant height. So in this particular cone, r is 3, and the slant height, we can see here, is 7. So once we have that information, all we have to do is put into our formula. So surface area equals pi. So in the directions, it says round the answer to the nearest tenth and use 3.14 for pi. So we're going to do that for this particular problem. So that's going to be, let me bring this down here. Surface area equals 3.14 times the radius, which is 3. So 3 squared plus 3.14 times the radius again, which is 3, times the slant height, which is 7. Okay, so once you have that written down, all you have to do is go to your calculator and put that in your calculator. Okay, so I'm going to go to my calculator. So that's going to be 3.14 times 3 squared plus 3.14 times 3 times 7. And we have our answer of 94.2. So go back to our worksheet, and that's going to give us a surface area of 94.2, which is 94.2, and in this case it is square inches for our solution. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, number 2. Same thing, we're going to find the surface area of this cone. So in this case, our radius r is 7, that's right there, and our slant height L is not actually here. We don't have that value, but what we do have is the height. So between the height and the radius, we know that that makes a right triangle. So we can actually use the Pythagorean theorem to help us figure out what L is. So 7 and 12 are legs. We'll call those A and B. And so 7 squared, or we can do 12 squared, plus 7 squared is going to be equal to our L squared, or C squared. That's our hypotenuse there. 12 squared is 144. 7 squared is 49, is equal to L squared. 144 plus 49 is 193, is equal to L squared. And then if we square root both sides, I'm going to switch this, L is going to be equal to 13.9. Okay, so once we have that information, I'm going to write it in our diagram. Now we can use that to find our surface area. So surface area equals 3.14 times the radius squared plus 3.14 times the radius times the slant height, which we just figured out was 13.9. Okay, now all we have to do, since we have that written down, we can put that into our calculator. Well, I'm actually just going to use what I have up here. So I have this from last problem and just put in my my values. The radius is 7 this time. And the slant height is 13.9. So now that is going to round to 459.4. So go back to my worksheet, and our surface area was equal to 459.4, so 459.4 square feet. Okay, you guys are going to try the next ones. Oh. Okay, now check your work. On 4 and 5, you had to do the Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height as well, so I included what you should have gotten for the slant height.